On this episode of Penny's Hot Rods and Customs, we didn't fail. Hit it, Chris. Get you some of that.
I'm off today, just helping these guys out for a couple minutes here. Came over to see what's going on, and this is not going to end well. There's probably about 3 inches of water here. Me and Christopher are discussing which way this is going to go. The general consensus is going to make its way under the car.
It's not going to go backwards. It's going to go your way or my way.
I'm so broke. I should go get some Dove shampoo and
You gotta have a bath.
I could have a Mexican bath.
Might as well,
Pull up and see what happens.
You're gonna think about this way too long. Just rip the goddamn tarp off, people.
Of course, the tarp actually hasn't ripped yet.
Oh, it's a heavy duty tarp.
there's a hole there.
Yeah, there you go. Oh! See, if I really wanted to, I thought about on 2 leaves. I was gonna dive in there, folks, just for comical facts.
I was gonna say get a
Oh,
5
look at that guy flying.
That's that kid, yeah.
Could have had a shower.
He does catwalks down here a lot.
So anyway, our goal in this video today is... Holy frick, there's a lot of vehicles in my driveway. Anyway.
Don't worry about kids on the...
Look at you watch that kid. Oh, there goes the air filter. He'll do a wheelie, Chris, for several hundred feet. Well, that's fairly impressive. Got good balance.
I'm not impressed.
You're not impressed?
I'm sure the YouTube people aren't impressed.
Well, they might be.
So anyway, people, what we're going to do in this video today is brakes. I think we're going to set up, or I got wheel cylinders, shoes, and yeah.
Are the drums okay?
Believe it or not, they didn't have any. It was just like they didn't have any hardware kits.
You try piston thing?
No, I did not try this one.
James A might have.
Yeah, well, I kind of dropped the bomb. So anyway, we'll clean them up and reuse them. So I'll do that. Derek and Chris can do the master cylinder and start going into detail about how making brake lines. Help the man. He seems incompetent.
He's Captain Surly. There you go, Chris.
Looks less greasy today. Maybe he should have went under the water. Alright, we'll be back in a bit when we get some things set up.
Well, quality Chinese to the rescue here. On his brand new master cylinder here. Just giving Chris a hand just doing a dry fit on things, and we had to tap 2 of the holes here because couldn't start the fittings in them. Check the fittings were fine, so I tap them. So you know what you pay for her though, I guess.
I paid good money.
You promise you can't get anything made in North America anymore.
I paid good money, people.
So Chris is just getting ready to bench speed this thing. Right, Captain Surly?
Yep. Except these GM don't take these cheap-ass Chinese bleeder helper things.
Because you're the web's too thick.
The web's too thick, so it broke it, so...
Again, you get what you pay for, folks.
It's gonna be
I paid good money.
You can't get gold at bargain basements. Just remember that line.
two-man job for bleeding this thing.
And he's the littlest man I know. That's the line off The Simpsons.
I'm taking off in a minute here. I got shit to do.
Well, Chris, I'll help you, but we gotta just first check out our gourmet supper here.
Wasp right now again.
Yeah, I know, because they're smelling the goodness of their meal.
And they actually broke down. They actually bought copper nickel brake line. I keep wanting to call it beryllium copper, and it's not beryllium copper nickel brake line.
So yeah, we'll show you how we're doing that in a minute, but it's supper time.
So supposedly it's supposed to outlast Christopher. Christopher's going to be dead in 5 years, so hopefully it'll outlast him.
A lot of things will outlast me, so...
Oh, I hope not in 5 years. I got too much stuff to do.
Well, you'll be alive in 5 years. Chris probably won't. I think Chris ain't making 60. No offense, Chris.
I can deal with that.
Exactly the way this world's going. Shoo, wasp. Alright, it's supper time. Well, if you're going to work on a hot rod, you got to eat a hot rod. You know, most people wouldn't put their hot rods in their toolbox, but, you know, we got wasps out right now, so. So this is what I'm going to be doing today. Really good. I haven't had these things in a long time. We're going to do some brakes. We're finishing off the brakes anyway. I did buy new shoes and wheel cylinders. And well, you know, I'm not going to film much of it because it's kind of boring stuff and tedious and cleaning, but I did do, I'm not sure if you can film myself, I did do this side. It's all done, cleaned up, painted, all that good stuff. I did look for coil springs. Rock Auto, the ones I wanted were out, so I'm going to take a look again next week. So I want like station wagon ones or convertible ones, like something heavy duty. So I already started taking this side apart. I just cleaned it and I'm gonna flog it. I already flogged it black. So I'm just gonna wait till that kind of cleans up or dries up a little bit, and then I'll mount the new wheel cylinders. All my old hardware. Wasn't able to find brake hardware kit. I even phoned locally this morning in Winnipeg there, and they didn't have any. So I'm gonna do like I did that side, just clean it up the best I can, and it's all in really good shape anyway. So like I said, it's best when you're doing this, just clean it up. Like there are tabs right here where the shoes actually mate to. So what an old timer always taught me, just put a little bit of white lithium grease on there, and you know, clean up your adjusters and everything like that. And you know, most people don't even really monkey around with this or drum brakes. They'll go to disc brakes. So, but whatever. So I think I'm gonna go finish that off, and then we'll come back. We were trying to wire it up yesterday to get it at least to turn over. So Ryan's gonna come over in a little bit and give me a hand and see with that. But if not, there's a million little things to do, like clean up the rad cradle, get the rad mounted, stuff like that. So I gotta finish hooking up the clutch, all the linkage for that. So maybe probably when I'm done that's what I'll tackle next. So yeah, stay tuned and we'll keep you up posted while I eat my hot rods and drink my Pepsi. All right. Okay, so the passenger side's all done, all complete. So next I'll take the brake lines off and I'll use them as a sample, and Derek can rewire them or make new lines. And Ryan has been screwing around this for a couple hours.
Oh well. Over the year this thing's been into, I would guess, at least by 3 different people, just judging by things are done. So we actually have a proper wiring schematic here, so I'm kind of trying to trace right back to the beginning to see where the hell, and try to figure out who's done what and where they pop fuses where they shouldn't be. One of the big things also on this car is they've gone from a generator over to an alternator. So there's wires that are just kind of been dangling there, taped up, and the tape's falling off. So anyways, what we did just to make sure as well is we jumped the neutral safety switch. There's just a purple wire here. So that's all we did on that. Because even factory, I don't know, Corey can pick that up, there's a jumper wire there if it was a 3-speed transmission. I don't know if it was a standard, if it would even have a neutral safety switch in 61.
I don't know.
Because they say jumper, so I'm assuming they just jumped it.
And where did we find this book?
Came from the dump, believe it or not, of all people. It's actually in really nice shape for what it is. 61 Canadian Pontiac book, so.
Thank you, Kevin. But yeah.
Yeah, neutral safety switch, automatic only, so I'm assuming that if you had a standard, you better not start in gear.
I wonder if I grab I've got a neutral safety switch out of a standard column. Yeah.
I'd whatever for safety. It could very well work. Because the problem is right now, it was working sporadically before. Because it said there's a 2 wires down. I didn't know which was the green and the purple. The green is for up to the coil, and the 12 is the purple is the one that goes to the actual solenoid. The problem is it's working intermittently, and now we just checked it. Now it's working, so we're going right back to the ignition switch here to see what the hell's going on.
Well, he figures that out. Almost time for a Pepsi. Anyway, what we're talking about here is the neutral safety switch. We bypassed that. Everything else, we took the ignition out, and I don't think we're getting a full 12 volts to the ignition switch. I think that's our problem. So we're just going to start tracing some wires. But yeah, like where I was talking about, like there are so many, like these were for the regulator or the generator. They were all just taped up, and there's other ones that were taped up, and wires taped up. So if I wasn't so cheap, I probably would have just ripped all the wiring out and bought a new wiring harness.
It would have been a lot easier, but whatever, we'll get it figured out.
All right, so that's just an update. We'll be back in a little bit.
Okay, I think, well, hopefully we chased the culprit on, or at least one of the culprits, because we literally put all back together. You see our ghetto stuff, folks. Here, don't judge us. I'm lazy. It's hot. It's like almost 100 out here right now, and I really don't care. But we tried it. Before I even hooked it up, I had power to the purple wire. For anyone cares to know, the purple wire is the activator to operate the solenoid. Sorry, I'm so bloody hot. And the green is just for your coil. So anyways, we traced it back to here. This is your 12 volts in, and it worked. And now it's not working. It works not on the inside, the outside. It did work before. So what we're going to do is, you see the corrosion in here. So we're going to clean this all up, smear it with dielectric grease, and smash it back together. But I think that's going to be tomorrow's job. And then it hopefully should work by rights. I mean, it's a fairly simple system. You get power in, power out. The switch works, it works type deal. It's only a small block Chevy. But anyway, so I've had enough for today. But yeah, so that's I think our problem. It's a problem with cars that sick. This car sat for what, 20 years. So I mean, you know, corrosion happens. You're dealing with a car 61.
Watch that Chris's underwear.
Yeah, well, Chris, well, you also got to wash it. But anyways, the car's 60-some years old, so almost as old as Krusty Chris. Anyways, I'm just rambling, but yeah, so this is that, and quite truthfully, what I think most people put new harnesses in.
I should have.
Whatever. We can make it work. The only thing is, I don't know the chart. Like, obviously it worked because they ran it with it. We'll have to figure it out. And like I said, we got the original schematic there to kind of work our way backwards and figure what. You can see what someone's placed in. So, luckily, it's not rocket science. So, I think Corey's gonna get back on his brakes.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of kind of sign semblance in a couple of years here. The connection's really bad here. It's very badly corroding. You see all the green. So what we're gonna do is take a little bit of vinegar, a little bit of salt, and then we'll neutralize it with distilled water and baking soda.
Well, there's Casey.
There's
He's
Casey.
back.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of just wing it here. I don't know. That's
What's our ratios?
ratios. I don't know that much.
Vinegar's cheap.
Yeah, that's about it.
Oh, yeah, and this white stuff.
No, we need table salt. Remember that neutralizes. We need table salt. Yeah.
That's, oh my god.
What?
You need table salt.
So we'll put in about a.
Jeez.
There you go. There's about a teaspoon.
About?
A boot. All right.
So I'll just stir that up a bit.
So we don't need that stuff?
That's after you're done because it neutralizes it.
Oh,
Probably
okay.
still keep eating it because it's an acid.
Oh. I don't know. I failed science.
So what we'll do.
It smells good.
No, it doesn't.
Well, vinegar's always got a more.
Vinegar's good for you.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Using cleaning vinegar because it has a higher concentration. See, the only thing is now you got to kind of wash that acid out, or the electric grease out.
Oh, yeah. So you gotta let it sit for a while?
Yeah,
or?
we'll let it sit for maybe a minute or two.
Okay.
And then you want to get another container, I guess.
Where'd that other container go ahead? Or you can use that blue one.
Use the little one here, yeah. So Casey, you want to fill it up with water.
There's water in the cooler there. Okay, well, they're doing that. Rad's all in. That's all in. All done. Blah, blah, blah. That's done. The shifter, I did start to, it's all mounted. All the linkage works and all that. I was starting to
That much out. Just a little bit.
hook up my Z-bar, but I've got to get a ball. So,
I'll take about a teaspoon of that.
so yeah, I got to get a ball, do that, and modify it, and then that will be good. So, but yeah. So anyway, I think we'll be back in a little bit after our little science fair experiment.
I don't know what a teaspoon is.
You don't know what a teaspoon is? What do they teach us?
He took cooking class,
No,
people.
like, no. A measurement.
Well, that's also wasp are bad out here today.
Let's see if the cooking paid off in grade 9. That's
Yeah,
not.
that is not a teaspoon.
No, wait, here. A teaspoon, okay.
We need Charlie here, knowing she didn't know what to do.
No, she's an idiot.
Hopefully she's not a sub.
I don't care if she's a sub. You're an idiot.
There you go. Good enough.
Good enough. Mix it up. Hey, Case, how much would it cost for you to drink all that vinegar? Actually, no, it's dirty now. Never mind.
Just as a side note, Casey, you put too much baking soda in it.
You put too much.
That's what I was wondering when I seen
Well,
that.
it's not. It's suspended now.
Yeah.
Put way too much. That's what I said.
So
Wait,
we'll
what
try
were
it.
you saying about how much?
Don't worry about it.
You can see, the top of the green one there. It's coming off more. Damn wasp. So we'll let that sit for, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. Shouldn't do anything.
Okay, we'll be back. Stay tuned, folks.
As long as the wasp doesn't sting us.
But did you want to tell them that it actually did turn over?
Well, it actually did turn over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
'cause
did.
then the problem is, right now we have the ignition switch out, so we told Casey, don't touch that. So the ignition switch is live, of course, because there's power to it. And he lets it arc into the dash. And then there we're at right now. So I said, well, we may as well clean this out properly.
So now, when we do it, you out of the car.
Okay,
You sit right there.
I didn't do anything, okay?
No, it just arcs itself.
I just turned it and something happened.
Yeah, exactly. Alrighty, we'll be back.
I don't know if Corey can pick it up yet, the baking soda and water.
Yeah,
There's
it's
somewhere.
somewhere.
We did use distilled water in case anybody probably cares to know. Probably in the big scheme of things, what we're doing doesn't really matter too much, but we did anyways. Well, what's the odds? Do you think it's gonna work, Casey?
Okay, because like the problem was like this one main connection here is pretty green. We cleaned up the best we could. We have not tried it yet. Everything's kind of half-assed
That's
done.
the wire that actually goes to your starter. That's the 12 gauge black wire. So let's see what happens here. We're not letting Casey do this because this is how it happened last time. He showed
I
it.
didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
Things just happen.
All right.
Not liking that clicking noise.
I think the starters.
Keep in mind, it's just a starter we picked up off the ground somewhere.
No, actually from the garbage can.
So yeah, so
I forgot to order one from Rock Auto. Maybe we want to go to the city and go buy one.
I guess.
Yeah, I do.
Alright, so at least it turns over. Alrighty.
That's a plus. So like I said, yeah, just damn thing with cars that sit for how many years outside there, just the corrosion on there.
Yeah.
So we also smeared it with up there the dielectric grease. So that should hopefully keep corrosion down to a bay.
Hopefully. Alright, well, let's go to the city. We'll do that. We'll get a big gulp. You're buying.
Wait, what?
Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
The future people.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go start. I guess we phone around and see who's open today.
Napa might be open. I know James A, as far as I know, is not open Sundays anymore.
Alrighty. If not, I will wait till tomorrow.
You might have to wait till do a Tuesday tomorrow's holiday.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
I just killed it.
Oh, the wasp.
Be careful, you're gonna get stung.
Hopefully he does.
Okay, we broke down. The other starter's making a hell of a lot of noise. We had like 4 or 5 here. They're all junk. So anyways, I had a junk one for a core of my Jimmy. So anyways, the Napa had one. We just said a 96 Chevy. So we put it in with no shim because we tried it. Didn't make bad noise, but now, like I said, it sounds fine.
Give her a gain bug. Oh yeah. Perfect. It's got sparks, so I'm gonna go tighten up a few ends. Gonna fill the carb for gas and see if we're gonna go. I don't have any coolant in it yet because I still gotta get.
Can we drive it?
No, we can't
There's
drive.
no drive shaft.
There's no drive shaft, and the brakes are only half done right now. So yeah, no.
The only thing is Casey says it's done because you have a Hurst.
Yeah, Casey put the shift knob on it,
So it's done.
so it's gotta be done. But you didn't put the boot on, so anyway. All right, give me a few minutes here, guys. I'm gonna fill up the carb. I'm gonna check a few things, and we'll try to make some noise.
Okay. Okay, it's Sunday afternoon. I got to take off here shortly, but Corey is anxious to get this to see if it's going to fire up and run. He doesn't have the header on the other side, so if it is fire up, we're not going to let it run long.
I don't want to burn valves up.
No, that'd be bad. He's primed the carburetor. Firing order's been checked. Turns over good. We put the starter in. No shims to try it. Bound a bit. Put one shim in. Would we put a 16th in?
Yeah.
16th or 32nd, honestly, I can't remember.
The thicker the tea.
Winds over nicely. So yeah, it's all ready to go. What's your prognosis here, Casey?
I think it's gonna work.
Think it's gonna work?
The carburetor, it's been sitting. It's not the greatest.
Carburetor's probably scrambled is my guess, but whatever. It's a vacuum secondary. It was 600 vacuum secondary. So we have power. I honestly, how they did the wiring on this is a little bizarre, but whatever, it works. And ready to give her a whirl, Casey?
Yeah, I'll let you do the wiring because he's.
Either me or Chris generally do the wiring, and me and Chris usually disagree on how we do things. He always says he's right. He is fatter than me, so I mean maybe that goes for something. Talk to Davey about that. Davey will get that joke. Probably a lot of people won't. Our friend Dave usually says older mechanics, the fatter they are, the more intelligent they are. I
right.
might edit that out.
What?
You ready?
Yeah, I got fuel. I might be flooded. Could be flooded now.
Whoa! Whoa!
Okay, try. Okay, try. Yeah, I could have flooded it.
Popped.
It popped.
It'll go.
Yeah.
See, the only thing is I wondered, and not worth dragging the camera underneath here, but on the ignition, they have a spade that comes off with another wire. I don't know if they did as an anti-theft device, because I know, Corey, some of our vehicles have anti-theft devices on them, and I wonder if that's what somebody did.
Mm-hmm.
Because it almost seemed as soon as I let the key off, it died.
Yeah.
It didn't have spark anymore. And the way, like I said, I got to put a test light on it and see what they're doing, but it'll go.
It'll go.
Okay, Corey's like, for the 2 minutes we'll try, we did make a jumper wire, and that's exactly what it was. What was happening is, as soon as you went with a test light, as soon as you turn the ignition on, it powered the wire to the HEI, but as soon as you turn the ignition off, it turned it off for whatever reason, because there is an ignition spade on the ignition switch. We hooked that up. Actually, I just jumped it into where they did before. That's what I think how they did it. And
Well,
we
yeah.
had it running for about probably 15 seconds. We want to do it too long.
Well, like I said, I got to bolt that header up. We got neighbors outside having
Yeah,
a barbecue, and you know.
They're cool neighbors.
Yeah, exactly. And we got Casey here, and he's complaining, my ears, my ears, my
My
ears.
freaking ears!
Some people might get that one.
Okay, they're Ned Flanders or Rod
There's
Flanders.
Rod or Todd. I can't remember which one.
It was tough.
Todd.
I think.
You got blue teeth.
I know.
Oh, because he had a Slurpee, yeah. So anyway, I'm going to bolt that header up. I got to grab heater hose, and that way then I can put coolant in it. Maybe I'll put some breathers on it. I'm gonna start pulling out the remainder of the brake line so Derek can start making those things, and then yeah, I guess I'm gonna keep working on it. I won't finish the video yet because I'm gonna keep working.
Do you plan on running an idiot light for your sensor? Or?
Yeah, the wire's there, so I'm gonna get a new one.
Put an idiot light in
Maybe if you want to see about buying a new one, or if
there. Yeah, let's see. I just probably rock auto. It's probably easier and
yeah,
faster.
yeah.
And then the only thing we got to figure out this dog's breakfast down here, because some of it, like I said, they ran an alternator on it, obviously, but the voltage regulator stuff they've just left there. So we'll figure out what's what and then cap off what we don't need. I don't think we'll cut it. We'll just cap it off. And
Yeah.
Okay, it's been about a week, I guess, since we've worked on this thing. So Derek's got, this is the driver's side. Well, no, actually, this is the line that goes from the driver's side to the passenger side. Derek just pulled off. He's just gonna make a new one because these were, well, this one broke off. He's gonna make that. Still haven't, I got the master cylinder clamped in a vise. I'm gonna bench bleed it and then start mounting this so that we can make all the nice new lines from the new master cylinder. And Derek's did that already on that side, so now we're starting to work on the driver's side and getting that done. And then one long line to the rear, and we should be done.
And start pumping. I guess I'll start taking apart the back then while you guys do that, I guess.
Yep.
And then maybe, just maybe, if we're done doing the brakes today, hopefully, I'll mount these. See what happens. My nice new rubber for the back. Yes. Balls to the wall.
I need some brake fluid.
Need brake fluid? Okay. I should have some outside by the garbage can, I think. When we did, that's where it still is from when we did the
Okay.
Oh no, wait, maybe that might be right there. Aha.
Yeah, and some of it.
Ask and you shall receive. All right, let's get to work.
Yep. Well, we've got the master cylinder on, the proportioning valve on. It's all bench bled. We just got a new line there. You can see the copper. Just gotta push that little crimp in. That's all on to the factory T. Derek made just doing this one. New brake line, braided lines. Corey has.
This is called cleaning the kitty. I don't know, I just came up with that.
Okay.
I'll blow it all out with air, but I just want to make sure there's all the crap out.
That's the T for the back of the rear axle.
Yes, cleaning the kitty.
Okay. It's usually
about.
called something else, but we'll go with that.
Well,
Just flaring some brake lines.
ooh, we're zooming into Derek. That thing kind of looks like a turret. The way
Oh, it's a damn good tool. You ever buy one? Buy one. It saves your life. Keep oiling it up.
saves your life is too. This is why Chris is holding that end, because it's hitting the electrical panel.
Because someone doesn't have a cover on it.
I had one. Actually, the funny thing is,
Probably sitting down there.
it actually is, yeah, right there. It's just when I installed my last breaker, I never put it back on. So yeah, that's a true story. Look at that scrubby brush mint flare there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that tool does, like, we've never had a problem, since we've got that tool, we've never had a problem with these things leaking.
Oh, tech tip guys, when you're doing this, make sure you put this on before you flare it.
Yes.
That's not a tech tip, that's a
I've done it.
Oh, apparently it was. You screwed up 2 minutes ago.
I didn't screw up.
I'm not paying you nothing to do nothing.
I didn't know such thing.
Fail. All right, so what I think we got, I just installed the back brake line, or the rubber line, and then we're just gonna have to run back there and then we'll start bleeding. So we're getting there.
If we don't screw up anymore.
Pointing to him, and your accessory. All right, we'll be back.
Okay, we've all the brakes are done. We bled them. Didn't have really any problems.
Except for one leak.
One leak. It's just because we forgot to tighten that one up. But those my little nice little coils there. That's for shock absorption. For body and frame movement there.
I have trunks for neighbors. It's awesome.
So that's one thing knocked off.
Worst comes to worst, I could be 2 neighbors down, and then I think they have a grow up in their house. Anyway, back to work. Yeah. This is a pretty simple kit to do. Just follow the instructions.
Yeah. Well, the instructions weren't the greatest, but
Yeah. It is what it is.
yeah.
I'm
But
tired.
it's a generic
Yeah.
master cylinder, and everything's fits everything. So
So yeah. So we're gonna call it a video.
yep.
I'm thinking the next video I'm gonna start working on the Z-bar, start cutting that up. I was gonna do it today, but had to work. So that's didn't get done. Oh, something happened. And then I'm gonna order new U-joints and a hanger bearing, and we're gonna do another cut the drive shaft. So we'll do that. I think I'll start working on that next week. So I'm
Sounds
gonna
good.
call it a video there, Tits McGee.
Yep. So like, share, and subscribe. Go watch some football and get hammered.
Shit faced. Also, like I said, it ran. So I actually today I forgot to get heater hose, so I was actually gonna put coolant in. So yeah. All right, guys, we'll catch you in the next one. I'm tired. It's hot. We're going for ice cream.